What's good, YouTube? Lit here, back with another NBA 2K24 video. And in today's video, I have another episode of Rare Builds for you guys. As you can see on your screen, today's episode, we are going to be creating a 3-point shot creator. So with that being said, let's jump right into the build. Now, I made this build at shooting guard. You can make it at any position that you want. Height, weight, and wingspan is totally up to your liking. This is just what I went with. You can make your build heavier or lighter. It's up to you. For the wingspan, now this is the one thing I can tell you that you can tweak. I went 7'1" on the wingspan just so that we have a little bit better contest. Now, do keep in mind as you looking at this. Hold up, sorry, I pressed X by accident. Looking at this, you know, you can see that the 7'1" wingspan, what it's going to get you, right? And it's not going to really make your perimeter defense any better because you're still going to have 99 steal, 99 perimeter, and that's fine. But we're looking at the 3-ball, and you see that this gets us an 85 3-ball. So you can go down to like 7 foot wingspan if you do want to get Agent 3 at an 86 3-ball. Now, most of my builds I have like at least an 86 3-ball just so that I can get that silver Agent 3, which you need an 86 3-ball to get. And this build, this badge, excuse me, and you're also going to get silver whistle. So, you know, ultimately it's up to you. Personally, I would recommend that you lower the wingspan and do that, but I just went for the sake of this build. I went 7'1" just so that we get a slightly better contest, because we are going to have high perimeter and high steal on this build, just so you guys know. So that's the only really major tweaks that I will make to this build. If you don't really care about having Agent 3, you can go 7 foot on the wingspan, but if you do, you're going to have to make some tweaks, because then you're going to have an extra attribute point to put onto 3, which means you're going to have a lower attribute point somewhere else that you're going to have to take off. So do consider making that tweak. I know people probably going to be in the comments saying, oh, you could have got Agent 3, you could have got a better 3-ball, you could have got a... I know. I just went this way just so that we get a little bit better defensively. So again, 85 3-ball. I went 72 on the mid-range, and then I went, I think, 87 on the free throw. Okay. Run-of-the-mill shooting, you know, I like to always go high free throw because I only play rec. I don't really play park like that or threes. Mostly play 5v5, so I like to have a decent free throw. You know, 72 midi to get that silver midi magician, and of course an 85 3-ball. I'm seeing so many people with the default. I don't know what the default is for 85. Okay, so 70 is the default for 85. I see so many people running around with the 71 mid-range or 70 mid-range, and I'm like, do y'all know for just 1 or 2 extra points y'all can have silver midi magician and like consistently knock down the mid-range shots? And I don't think a lot of people are taking heed to that, which they really should. Moving on to the finishing, you know, we got a 40 standing dunk. I always make sure that I grab that 40 standing dunk because it goes a long way. This is another tweak that I would make to this build. I went with an 80 driving dunk and a 73 driving layup. Now, here's the thing about this, right? Is that it kind of, the layup and driving dunk kind of functions how mid-range and 3-point shot functions. So, you know, certain badges are a little bit easier to get on, you know, layup than it is driving dunk, you know. You look at, let's say, Bunny. You need an 84 driving layup to get Bunny on silver or gold, but you only need a 86 for a driving dunk, so layup is cheaper. You know, when you look at spin cycle, 82 layup versus 85 driving dunk. So, you know, the layup is way cheaper for you guys to get it. So do keep that in mind. Same thing with the mid-range. The mid-range is cheaper to get for certain badges than the mid-range. So do keep that in mind when you're making these builds. Whatever I didn't get for the layup, you know, the only thing I'll say is that, you know, it kind of affects your attributes. The badges that I couldn't get because my layup was low, I'll be able to get because my driving dunk is an 80. So that's mostly like bunnies, two-step, and spin cycle. That doesn't include float game. That doesn't include pro touch because that has nothing to do with layups. You know, Giant Slayer either. So Giant Slayer is a, you know, layup badge. Float game, obviously a layup badge. Pro touch is obviously a layup badge as well too. And Scooper is obviously a layup badge. So those badges will be untouched by this 80 driving dunk. Now, again, like I said, the only tweak I would make is if you don't really care too much about dunking, you can bring that driving dunk down to a 75 and then put those points into your layup. Personally, that's what I would do. personally, if I was making this build, I would make that tweak. I would make the tweak to the wingspan, get myself an 86 3 ball, and then I would make that tweak to drive and dunk, bring my drive and dunk down to a 75, put my layup up to a 77, get that gold float game, you know, get that giant slayer popping and all of that stuff. So that's just personally what I would do. You guys don't have to do that if you prefer to have a higher drive and dunk, because I know a lot of people are going higher in drive and dunk because they just want to slash, you know. Moving on, you know, we have run-of-the-mill playmaking stats, obviously 77, you know, pass accuracy like we always do, and then obviously an 83 speed with ball so we could get gold blow-by, speed booster, and hyperdrive. So none of this is out of the norm. I'm not telling you guys anything as far as playmaking and speed and acceleration go. I'm not telling you guys anything out of the norm that you wouldn't normally see with any of my guard builds. I always go 77, 92, 83. Sometimes I might go higher on the pass accuracy, but this is a staple for all my builds. Same thing with the speed and acceleration, always 86, 83. You'll never see me deviate from that unless I'm going higher or it's a center, you know, small forward, power forward build. And obviously we can't get that, but on the guard builds, you want that 86, 83, 83 along with that 92, 77 or 92 and 87 or higher pass accuracy if you can, depending on what the build is. But you know, those things will never change. And then like I told you guys, we are going to have a decent perimeter and steal on this build. We're going 85 perimeter defense and we're going 85 steal to round the build out. You know, this right here gets you lockdown defense. Like, I know people are going to tell me, oh, well, you know, I like to have 94 and I like to have 91 steal and stuff. This will get you lockdown defense. I'm averaging around 2.7 steals per game with an 85 steal, sometimes with no steal. I have a build, my shoot first point has a 76 perimeter, no steal. My 3-point shot hunter, my first 3-point shot hunter has an 85 perimeter, no steal, and I still average around a steal and a half per game with these builds. And then my 3-point playmaker has an 85 steal. My inside out playmaker has an 85 steal. Pretty much all my builds has either an 85 steal or no steal. And then I either have an 85 perimeter defense or a 76 perimeter defense. That's it. Those are what my defensive stats are across all of my builds. I either have 85 perimeter or 76 perimeter. I don't have anything higher or lower than that on my builds. And then for steal, I either have 85 steal or no steal at all on my builds. So please keep that in mind when I'm telling you guys this. You can play lockdown defense with a 76 perimeter. Now, they will rim run you to death. They will dance behind screens. The only way people are going to score on you if you're a good perimeter defender is if they're rim running or they're dancing behind screens. So, and keep that in mind. They're going to do that regardless. Whether you have 60 perimeter, 85 perimeter, or 99 perimeter, you're still going to get cooked on screens. Like, yeah, Hall of Fame pick dodger does work, but you're still going to get cooked on screens eventually, and you're going to give up buckets. You can rim run. Eventually, you're still going to give up buckets. So that's why I tell you, well, you know, be, you know, graceful with your attributes. Don't go overboard with the attributes, okay? Now, the one thing I will say is, well, I put a 54 defensive rebound on this build as we round this build out. And the one thing I will say that I did that I don't normally do on guard builds is that I went with a high interior. I went 70 interior defense, okay? I went 70 interior defense, and that's mostly because I just wanted to see, and I think I went 55 on the strength, like so. And then I'm trying to think, where did I put the rest of my attributes? I might have put it into, I don't think I put it in interior defense. Did I? I don't think I did. I don't think I put it into free throw either. I'm trying to remember where. Oh, I had a 38 block. That's why. Wait a minute. I had a 38 block. That's the okay. That's the reason. I was like, I'm trying to think. You know, I have a mental image of how I made this build, and I'm like, well, where did I put? So this is how the build looks, and that was the one tweak that I made to this guard build, is that I have a 70 interior defense, which means that even when dudes try to rim run you on this build, they're not going to be able to do that. Okay, this build is, to me, one of my most complete builds that I've ever made. Again, 3-point shot creator. You have the layup and the drive and dunk. you know, to finish down low. You're not going to be one dimensional. You have a little bit of midi where you can knock down a dribble pull up. You have an 85 3 so you can space the floor. You have free throw so you can hit your shots, you know, with Silver Whistle. You have more than enough passing and playmaking to run the offense, you know, 77 pass, 92, 83 speed with ball. And then you have pretty great defense to play, lockdown defense on the perimeter, 85 steal, 85 perimeter, along with the 70 interior defense, which means dudes aren't going to just be able to rim run you. You'll be able to get decent contest percentage inside the paint when dudes try to rim run you, okay? That's the only real knock that I have on my guard builds, is that I have no interior and dudes just rim run me. Once they realize they're not going to get a three, I just get rim run to death. Now, obviously, you prefer that, giving up 2 points versus giving up 3 points every time, but it's still annoying to play crazy lockdown defense and then to just have a bum just run into the paint and mash square on you. It's still annoying. So 70 interior defense at 6'6" is not going to be the greatest, but it's going to make another 6'5", 6'6" guard miss when they try to rim run you themselves. You know what I'm saying? And then again, the physicals, 86 speed, 83 acceleration, 55 strength for silver clamps and bronze fearless finisher, and then a 60 vertical, because we're not going to really have contact dunks on this build anyway, so I don't really care about having a super high vertical. We're not going to have block either, so the only thing we're really going to have is driving dunk and some rebound. So, and you're going to be a guard, so you're not going to really be, you know, in the paint rebounding anyway. So 60 vertical, and then a 96 stamina to round the build out, get you goal handles for days, silver 94 feet, and of course silver workhorse. And then when we create our build, of course you see the shades of, which is Doug Christie, DeJounte Murray, and Donovan Mitchell. And then of course you'll see that we have built a 3-point shot creator. So there you have it. This is my 3-point shot creator build for NBA 2K24. It's been your boy Make America Lit. Please be sure to drop a comment, like, and subscribe for more NBA 2K24 content, and of course more rare builds like this. I'm out, y'all. Peace.